So a saying that we have in mechanics is that if it's got hooves or tires, it's going to break. And for some of you, you might be thinking, man, this is a lot of fun watching this Great Hope Ranch channel. I want to do this. So the other day we had the branding iron here. It fried and it melted out. And if you're going to use it, I guarantee it's going to break. We got the Yukon here, which I used to use to check cows. We never used it this season. The transmission's not even in it yet. We've been just go, calving out cows, especially with that cold weather that we had. We got the transmission in the Yukon. We just got to get a few other things done. I got a new cooler here for it because the old cooler's packed full of filings. We've got to do a flush on it. There's oil here. So there's a few things to button up, but that's a rainy day project. But there's just some priorities, and the first couple things we got to do is first we got to get this branding iron going because we still got 2 cows left to calve. We got to brand those, plus we got 1 bull that's going down to community pasture in June that needs to be branded. And the list goes on and on. We got some fence that we want to pound some posts now that it rained, that the ground's not too dry. Got a bunch of fence we need to build. There's things that we have to prioritize, otherwise it does not get done. So try not to get overwhelmed with it, but we just get the stuff done. So I'm going to get this branding, this iron all fixed up here. And for you guys, if you want to stay tuned on the Great Hope Ranch, make sure you click on the subscribe. And at the end video, I put a gray icon with a G on it. Click on that and you can subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell if you want to be notified, and come along with us if you want to stay tuned for more life on the Great Hope Ranch. Stay tuned. Well guys, this is a problem. I gotta phone the neighbor. This is why this is why I keep my bulls corralled up. But his bulls, he had out in pasture about a half mile from his cows, and it looks like they have busted out and got in with his cows. And it's a month early. That means that he's going to be calving in February. Whichever cows are cycling right now. So I better give him a call. He is going to have a disaster in the freezing cold temperature. Well, all the bulls are out of the neighbor's bull pasture here. He's got them in a bigger field, but there's only one little 3-wire fence here separating him. I just phoned him. He was very grateful that I let him know. So, I mean, those, you don't know, you get a whole bunch of bulls out there like that, and you got 4 or 5 cows cycling. That's 5 calves are there. They're all gone. So, we'll see. I might have to go give him a hand here. We'll see how that goes. Once they get in there, it is not easy to get those big guys out, and he'll probably have to run them up to his house because they won't stay in there now, I guaranteed. So anyways, he was grateful, and those are things that we do for the neighbor. The guy can drive by and say, I'm not going to say anything. So he said he checked last night and they were in, so that's a good thing. They haven't been out for too long. All the seed is in the ground, and you guys can see that the much needed rain has already done some good. The peas are coming up here. The crops are coming up. You can see a green glisten. And we are seeded way out, and then the rented land is not quite over the ridge back there, but just on this side of it. And you can see the farm right there. You can see all the green coming up. So what a blessing. So I was just thinking, we were talking about school yesterday, and if school is not going to reopen in September, I might follow my great-grandfather's footsteps, and I might hook onto that old building down there in Walker's and haul it up to the old Wolchester school location, and that's where the kids will be attending school in September. And if Mrs. Kirpywhite doesn't have a job in September, she can be the teacher down there. And I just passed, there's a few young families out here that live on acreages, and maybe we can fill that school up, that old house. I mean, I think we only need 6 kids and it's qualified as a school. But I'm just out here at our new land out here, and going to put up a rain gauge because it's so far from the ranch, and it's quite a ways. It's about the gauge is going to be set up about 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles from the farm. It's crazy the difference in the rain gauge from the farm to the ranch. So we just want to see the difference, what the land is actually getting in rain. I think that a lot of the times we had it last year where the rain would fall, and down at my place there would be 1 inch, and up at Dad's place there would be 1/2 inch, and then vice versa. So it's nice to know what the land is actually getting for precipitation. So I'm just setting up a rain gauge down here by the old Quonset. This weekend, if you guys don't see there might be not be a video tomorrow, because we're going to pool them together. We're going to be rounding up Sunday evening. I don't generally like to work Sunday, but we got to separate the calves so they mother up good at the community pasture, and they're hungry. And we separate the calves, and right when the sun comes up on Monday morning, we start loading, and then we line them out to community pasture, which is a 100-kilometer drive. So I mean, it's gonna almost be like another little marathon in itself, because when we get back, there's 5 pairs we got to move up to Diane's. And that day I always need to clean out the liner as well, because it gets real soupy from the green grass, and it's hard to do it if you let it dry up. So there's a lot to go on that day, but stay tuned for more life on the Great Hope Ranch. See you tomorrow. Brody just got a new cow chasing stick.
It's not for chasing cows.
Okay, explain how you got. Micah, did you do it too? Did you do the reading challenge?
No. At school, my librarian does this thing called the reading challenge. And this is one of the prize. So you read, and for however long you get, every 10 minutes you get an entry.
Yeah.
And then she'll do prizes, and she'll pull out a name, and I got one of the names, and I won the tiger stick.
And it's all signed by all the tigers. Oh, that is very cool, Brody. I like it. You know what else it's good for?
What?
It's like for COVID to tell your distance from somebody. Like, it's almost 6 feet long.
I'd say.
So you're supposed to be like that far from Micah. So
if you put it on the floor,
you should take that stick with you. Take that stick with you when you're playing with Micah all day, and then you know how far to be away.
Okay.
No, don't do that. Oh boy. Okay, well, point the stick at us and say stay tuned with it.
Stay tuned.
The one morning I was right here at the coffee maker making a coffee, and Brody comes out of his room and he says to me, "Dad, you know, it's biblical, that it's in the Bible that the man of the house is supposed to make the coffee." And I said, I thought I knew my Bible pretty good, and I know he's always studying it. And I said, really? I said, where is that in the Bible? And he says, it's in Hebrews. If you guys don't get it, you might have to scratch your head a little longer. But Micah was here today, and he made a guess on the Foal pool. Brody fixed it up. So there's a few that we got out here. Dakota's Foal pool. And I'm June 2nd for a colt. Mom is May 25th, which is coming up for a filly. Brody's today for a colt, but the day's not over yet. Michaela, she's out of the pool. She had the first guess. Oma's June 3rd. She's got the last guess. Micah guessed today, the May 24th. And Dale has May 26th. Micah, I don't know if Micah said if it's going to be a foal or a filly or a colt, but anyways, you guys still got time to get your guesses in if you want. And the day is still young. I can see her out there. She's got her tail up. And Brody might get lucky here. She might fold before the end of the day. But anyways, if you guys have not guessed, go ahead and guess. Micah has got lucky. You guys saw all the guesses for the Foal pool. And anyways, who knows, it might be tomorrow, so you better stay tuned for the next episode then on Life on the Great Hope Ranch.